So after a little practice graphing systems of equations, we figured out that the solution to the system of equations, if you're looking at the graph, is just the point where they meet, the point of intersection. So having said that, would it be possible to have a systems of equations with no solution? Would it be possible to have a system of equations with infinitely many solutions? So, to answer the question, no solution? Yes. It is possible. The lines wouldn't meet. The lines would not intersect. So in the same frame of mind, a system of equations that has infinitely many solutions means that the lines would have to be touching at all the points. So the two different equations basically would just be the same, or on the graph, the lines would be overlapping each other. Let's take a look. So looking here, you can see the three different types of solutions for systems of equation. One solution where the two different equations intersect at one point. Systems of equations that have no solutions because the lines are not intersecting any point. And then systems of equations that have infinitely many solutions because the lines are the exact same line. They're overlapping each other at all points. So as you can see, one solution, they have different slopes for the lines. No solution, they're parallel. So they have the same slope but a different y-intercept. Where they intersect, the y-axis is different. And here they have the same exact slope, the same exact y-intercept, because they are the same line. So since we can use Desmos, I'm going to show you a nice example using Desmos that will come in handy. So let's check this out. Here I have plotted two lines and they have how many solutions? Yeah, they have one solution, and it is right here. Now remember before when we had a slider that we could drag and it would show us the points on this line? Well, what's nice about this is that it will also show us the solution. In this case, it's some weird decimal because I just made up an equation. What about the next set of lines? Looking at these two lines, the blue line and the green line would appear like they would never touch each other. Now, just looking from the graph and what we can see, we would say this system of equations has how many solutions? Exactly correct. No solutions, because it does not appear that they are touching. In fact, they are not touching. They have the exact same slope. And as you can see, I could make them have the exact same line here if I wanted, but I was just trying to illustrate the difference between no solutions here. Now, what if we look at these two lines? They are, in fact, the same line. Now, if you're looking at the equation, you might say, well, y equals negative 4/5 x plus 1 isn't the same thing as negative 8/10. This m is different than this m. The slopes are different. But remember, it's important that when you're looking at slopes that you try to get them in simplest form. So 8/10 actually really reduces to 4/5. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and start solving some of these systems by graphing. Now you either could do these manually or you could use Desmos.com to help us here. And since this equation here is not in slope-intercept form, if I was doing this manually, excuse me, I would probably want to switch it to slope-intercept form or substitute 0 in for x and then 0 in for y, and then get my 2 points. So for this first example, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to manually graph these two lines. The first one is y equals 2x minus 3. So there is my y-intercept, and there is my slope of 2. I'm just going to quick draw it here. And now I'm going to substitute 0 in for x. So remember when you substitute something in, it basically is just going away. That's a nice way of remembering it. So if I sub 0 in for x, so if x is 0, I have 2y equals 2, which means y is 1. So I have a point 0, 1. If I make y equal to 0, I'd have negative 4x equals 2, and x equals negative 1/2. So I'd have negative 1/2, 0. This might be a little harder to graph, but we're going to give it a shot anyways. This line's going to be in blue. Okay, so I went ahead and graphed that line, and it would appear that this system of equations has how many solutions? Yeah, it doesn't look like it has any solutions at all. So let's go over to Desmos and make sure that we're graphing right. Alright, now that we're on Desmos, we're going to do y equals 2x minus 3, and we're going to flip it back real quick to see what our other equation was, negative 4x plus 2y equals 2. So negative 4x plus 2y equals 2. And the nice thing about Desmos is that you don't have to convert anything. It's just going to do it for you. And no matter how far I zoom in or out, it does not appear that these lines are ever going to intersect each other. So I'm going to go ahead and say the solution for this system of equations, there is no solution. So I'm just going to write no solution. Number 2, let's take a look at just using Desmos. Y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4. So our two equations were y equals negative 1/2 x plus 4, and then x plus 2y equals 8. And look what happens when I click this circle here to turn on my second line. It basically looks like it's flashing. That tells me that these two lines are the exact same line. That means the system of equations here has how many solutions? Yeah, infinitely many solutions. Since they are the exact same line, that's what it's going to look like. And if you ever use Desmos and you want to copy it to your notes, just take a nice little screenshot here and go ahead and paste it right in. You might have to make it smaller. Clearly, sometimes it's giant, but that's easy enough to do. So we're just going to pop it right here so we can see what it looked like when we graphed our lines instead of just graphing manually. If you're good with graphing manually, then you don't really need to practice, but honestly, a lot of us could use the practice. Alright, this is a little bit tricky. It's a puzzle for us. Number 3 asks us to complete the table by identifying the graphed line that would have no solution with each given equation in the table. Record the letter of the line in the table. So if we have this equation, 2x plus 3y equals negative 12, we need to figure out if line A, B, or C would have no solution with this. Let's try the first one. And really, in order to do that, I'm going to need to figure out the equations of these lines. I need to find the slopes, and I need to find the y-intercept. So before I even try and tackle this table, try and figure out the slope and the y-intercept of line A. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so we can actually see some points here on line A. And line A is this one. I'll also label it for you. So after a little detective work, we could see that our slope was negative 1/3 and the y-intercept was 5. You don't necessarily have to write the equation, but what we do need is the slope and the y-intercept. What I would like you to do now is try and get the slope and the y-intercept for lines B and line C. Okay, so hopefully you were able to come up with the slopes and the y-intercepts for lines A, B, and C here. So I went ahead and done my best to clean it up here for you. I wrote it on the side as well as on the graph itself. And now I need to know which of these matches up that would have no solution. So the easiest ones for me to see off the bat are going to be these ones here that are already in y equals mx plus b format, because all I'm really doing is investigating the slope and the y-intercept. So if something is not going to touch a line, it means it has to have the same slope as the other line. So we're looking for the slopes to be the same. The only one, I see a negative 1/3, that would match with line A. Line B is a slope of 2. That would be here. And then I have a slope of negative 3 for line C. And I don't see that one. Oh, now I see it through the magic of video recording and editing. So the slope for line C is negative 2/3. So this is going to match the slope here. Now, it was also important to look at the y-intercepts for these two, that they didn't match up, because if they had the same slope, which they do, but the same y-intercept, which this one doesn't, if they had the same y-intercept, they'd be the exact same line. So you just need to be careful that you're not just looking at the slope, but you're looking at the slope and the y-intercept. So try the rest of them. And there's the rest of the table filled out. So number 4 is a common thing that students will do. We're observing a graph and the behavior of the graph. So this student, Ava, thinks that line A and line B above would have no solution because the lines do not intersect on the graph. Is she correct? Well, looking at the graph, line A and line B do not intersect. So she's correct about that. Is she correct that since they don't intersect on the graph, there is no solution? She is not correct. It is actually incorrect that they have no solution. They will intersect. The reason being is because line A's slope is negative 1/3 and line B's slope is negative 2/3. Since they have different slopes, they will eventually intersect. Thus, they would have one solution. Number 6 states, Colin starts with $8.50 in his bank account and saves $15.75 each week. James starts with $7.50 in his bank account and saves $15.75 each week. Will the two boys ever have the same amount in their savings account? Explain your reasoning. I'm using Desmos. First up, let's write our equation for Colin's money in his savings and James's money in the savings. We'll make the money equal to Y and how much they're saving per week, X. So here are my two equations when I actually wrote it out. Colin starts with $8.50 and then he's adding $15.75 a week. James is starting with $7.50 and adding $15.75 each week. You may notice something here that is similar between both equations that may lead you to the answer already. So here from Desmos, I copied and pasted my graph. You can see that Colin is in green, James is in red. Both of these equations have the exact same slope, so they will never touch. Colin, no matter how many weeks the two boys are saving, will always have $1 more a week. Why? They're saving the exact same amount per week, but Colin is starting with more.